Hey everyone! So, I have always had a huge problem with hyperpigmentation, and any little thing would give me a scar and I would have it forever. That didn't exempt me from basically any area at all. It's just been a struggle fighting with it since I can remember. One of my biggest insecurities, especially as a kid growing up, was the darkness around my underarms. I would always see commercials and music videos and just anybody on TV or in magazines or anything, and their underarms were super clear and basically matched their whole body. Even my mom, her underarms just looked flawless, and I always thought I had a problem because no matter what I did, no matter how close I shaved, it was always dark. I just kind of got embarrassed about it, especially like in middle school and stuff. One time when I was 12, I wanted to see if maybe, I'm not shaving close enough and maybe it's just the stubble that's still making it look dark. I remember trying to tweeze it since I didn't have a waxing kit or anything, and it still looked the same. Even when all of the hair was completely out, it was still dark. And I didn't really understand why, and it just never fixed itself. I wouldn't say it got worse, but it never got better. The only times it would sort of kind of mellow out a little bit was in the summertime, and I would specifically tan like under my arms, so the color would kind of match everything and it would kind of fade the darker skin tones that I had under my arms, and that would kind of make it look clear. But once summer was over, everything lightened back up except for my underarms. It wasn't until college when I saw, I think it was like a Dove commercial of like their deodorant that kind of helped lighten the hyperpigmentation under your arms, and I learned that it was from shaving, since you're cutting your skin and the scarring. I'm sorry for the air conditioning in the background, but this cutting of your skin and scarring, that's what's making it darker. And it kind of hit me because of course I was using cheap razors, still kind of am, and it made sense. So ever since, I guess I want to say since 2011, I still haven't gotten any waxing kits, and I didn't want to use my razor anymore, so I would tweeze. Yes, it would take a long time, but it was basically the same as waxing. So once you kind of tough that first round out, the hair grew back pretty slow, so it was like tweezing a couple hairs here and there. But I found myself doing it every single day because my hair grows like crazy. I'm just a really hairy person, and it grows really fast. So I knew that even if I went to a salon or something and got waxed, even when I got my eyebrows done, literally the next day or the next 2 days, it would grow right back. I didn't have money like that, and I'm not trying to spend my money like that, so tweezing's my free option, and I will take that L for the time. It's not like I'm doing anything anyways. I don't have cable, I don't watch TV like that, so I have time, so that's where I spent it. And for years and years and years and years, I was trying to slowly correct the damage that I was doing from shaving. I would use things like cocoa butter, spot fade treatment creams. It would just work really slow. I got tired of tweezing. Like maybe 3 years ago, I decided to buy some wax, and I tried waxing my underarms for the first time. That did not go well at all. It was a completely big mistake, and it just went horrible, and I ended up ripping literally like my whole top layer of skin off of both of my underarms, and then it got really dark. So it undid all the years of cocoa butter treatments and stuff I was doing to correct the hyperpigmentation, and it did damage. But again, I went back to tweezing because that didn't cause any marks or scars, and it doesn't really hurt. It's not painful, so that's what I went back to doing. I got my underarms kind of to the point where I'm kind of okay with raising my hand, but it's still not to where I want it to be, and it's still kind of dark, but I guess you can sort of see. When I waxed it, literally all here was dark. I'm trying to think of a shade. It basically looked like there was no point of shaving because it was the same tone. So I kind of want to try something different, and so I stumbled upon a video by Victoria. I have the natural remedies stuff at home to make this mix, so we're gonna test it out and see it together. We'll do 3 days and see where we are. So I'm guessing we're gonna want a before and after picture. I don't want to do it, but okay. So this is the right underarm, and it looks like there's nothing but hair here, but it's literally just tiny dots and marks and scars, and a bunch of little dots down here that are just annoying me, and I want to get rid of it. And this is the left side where most of the marks are up top, sort of, and it's kind of more clear down here. I don't really have the spot scars like down here that much, but yeah, it's pretty smooth, but it's just scars. I'm still like sort of okay, like for 2 seconds, like you can see the discoloration, especially since my natural skin color is so light, and I have a yellow tone, a yellow undertone, so this just looks like it's a lot. So I'm gonna put these down. It's the longest I ever had my underarms up. I would show you a before and, hold on, this light's really burning my face. I can't even show you a picture or anything of how dark it used to be. I would delete any pictures. I just wouldn't keep anything that showed my underarms, but I want to see if this will work. For the recipe itself, I'm going to leave you a link to the video so you can watch her and see her results, and she'll show you how to make it. This is my fluffed cup of it, and she says to apply it with a spoon and let it dry and sit for about 10 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh, this is cold. Oh, and it's dripping. Hi, hello. I'm not sure if I made it correctly because hers wasn't as... Oh. This is horribly messy too, so don't wear a shirt that you care about. Okay. Tuck you without showing the tatas. Yeah, I feel like I didn't make the mix right because hers wasn't as liquidy. Oh no. I spilled it. Oh. I really spilled it. I set my timer to 10 minutes. My phone just beeped, so I'm going to just rinse this off with warm water, I'm guessing. I'll be back. Alright, I am back, and I wiped down my shirt too so it doesn't completely stain it. But this is it. Would I say it stained my skin? I don't know because my skin's yellow anyway, so we're gonna zoom in. This is the left arm. This is the right arm. So it does kind of burn. It was tingling a little bit, and I think it was because of the lemon juice and my skin was a tad bit raw. I'm gonna moisturize it a little bit with some vitamin E oil. I'm gonna go about my business, and then later tonight I'm gonna take a shower and try and be nice to it. Ow, it's a little bit sensitive. Alright, so I will see you lovelies tomorrow. Hey everyone, it is now day 2 of this turmeric recipe. What I noticed is, in the very first place, the consistency of it did not come out the way hers did. Somebody suggested leaving the lemon peels in it for like 10 more minutes for it to thicken up. Since I have a lot of this, I put it in the fridge, and it's super soupy, and I'm not really sure how to thicken it up again. It's just gonna be really runny, so that's why I got my black shirt on today. My underarms still are colored. I don't know if you can, I don't know if it stained my skin or not. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. Oh, okay. I was just about to say, before I make a mess of things, I will use some paper towels, but I already knocked over everything that was over here in the corner. I feel like I learned my lesson last time, so I'm gonna tuck this in here. and McGrath. We're good? Okay. I do feel the tingle in my armpits, and yeah. This is what they look like. Let's zoom in. So we have reached 3 full days, like she suggested, of doing this turmeric mask for your underarms, and I don't see a difference. The only difference you may or may not see is the brightness of my ring light, because I can't get the same lighting every single time. So if it's brighter, it looks like it's faded more. If it's darker, then it'll show out more. This is my right underarm. This is the left one. You still see the stupid little freckles. Now, granted, before I say this is a complete fail, I will say it wasn't 100% matched to her recipe. She did use heavy whipping cream. I used regular whipping cream. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. She also did say that, you know, she doesn't measure out her measurements. She kind of estimates, since she does it often. Maybe the amounts and measurements that she put in her description that I followed and many others have followed is not what she does. So it might be similar, but I feel like that might make the difference of why hers worked and why this didn't work, or I don't know. I will try and give this more of a shot. I'm going to extend from the 3 days to maybe a full week. I'm not gonna keep documenting every single day. Before this video ends, you will see day 7, and hopefully there will be a difference. But basically, all I noticed was just the yellow stains of my skin from the turmeric, and it was just really messy, runny, and it didn't really work. So I did a full week of the turmeric underarm dark spot treatment, and I'm not really seeing a difference, or as big of a difference as hers did in the video. You can pretty much still see the discoloration and each and every little spot of what turned darker from, you know, every time that I shave. To me, it still looks like it doesn't make a difference. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably still test around with different recipes and try and see if something else will work, and then if that's not the case, then I'll try and figure out something on my own and make my own recipe and see if that works. You know, everyone has different type of skin and different kind of discoloration, and also it might make a difference on if it's recent scarring, then of course that'll disappear, you know, quickly. If it's like years and years and years of just scarring, then it might take a more heavy duty thing to lift the colors. I think it'll take a lot more work than that recipe to fix the rest of my scarring. I know for a lot it has worked, but for some it did not, and I was in that percentile of it not working. You can still test it out. I'll leave her link in the description below, and you can see if it works for you. For me it didn't, so yeah. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and you can check out my other channel if you want something different. So I guess have a wonderful night, morning, evening, or afternoon whenever you're watching, and I will see you lovelies next time.